nothing, so why not? And you know what, Kobe, coming up against Team 8 this time, they have a sub in the mid lane as well. If Team Dragon Knights were getting a bit of practice in, if they have any strategies, use them here and try to flex your muscles the most that you can. These are the bottom tier teams right now, and they're trying to climb.
Once again, no bans for TDK because of their roster issues.
Yeah.
So we will get to see this again. Remember, last time we saw Team 8 actually go with the Nautilus pick, first pick.
See what they favor. Can really get something you want here, knowing that TDK is going to have to just wait.
TDK, yeah.
Very slow last ban. I'll say before in previous games that teams would sometimes do this in scrims and whatnot to play against things that you don't want to play against. Well, here you're forced to not ban anything out.
Right, so all bans then focused at Seraph. The Nidalee is a flex ban as well, I guess. Double up ban there for Kez.
Right, been a lot of Nidalee bans lately from a few teams.
But that is going to mean Team 8 get their pick of the litter. I don't know what they are waiting on for the lock-in. Oh, because they have to wait for the bans to time out.
Right, might be an Alistar still left up on that side. Easy support to pick up. Dodo can be a bit aggressive in the bottom lane.
Right, but remember, yeah, as we said, the TDK, they did first pick the Alistar last time when they had blue side and no bans. So Gragas going to be picked up. You know, Rek'Sai is a fine answer, so TDK not really with too much of a steal here as far as the first round goes.
Wow. Golden Blue feeling like he wants the Azir right now. Or, I'm sorry, ManCloud feeling like he wants the Azir now. Golden Glue on the other side will have to pick against that.
Yeah, with the LeBlanc nerfs finally coming in now, being on 5'11", that's one more strong laner that could go against Azir that's been taken off. So people even more confident now to pick that champion early.
Getting the crowd hyped on Fiora. Rumble Kalista is going to be the lock-in. Kalista seeing a bit of bans lately, also just not kind of getting picked in some games as much as a priority as she was previously. But here it will be in the hands of Nien. He's been focusing a bit on Sivir in his gameplay. Corki to stay safe. So.
Yeah, one of the biggest things about Kalista is, you know, pairing her with a strong support and having a lane bully duo. Yet Nien, as a player, has definitely not been a lane bully as far as the LCS is concerned. Up against the sub squad, though, Latman Smoothie, maybe he will get to shine finally. Latman and Smoothie, though, they did perform really well yesterday. They took down Aframu and Double Lift in a 2 versus 2.
Fist bumping each other there in the bot lane after
with
they get
Corki.
the kills.
So.
Very, very true. Talk about if you are going to go hard in the bot lane, communicate with your top laner. Make sure that teleport's also on board. We saw that was the way TDK was able to kind of get a lead in that game against Chronologic Gaming you were talking about. Evelyn will get picked up along with Latman's Corki. I don't think he's played anything else.
Yeah, he's very, definitely has a penchant for
There's been a few different,
early.
But it's that Corki.
Evelyn, though, I do like this pick for TDK. They want to get Kez out on the field early, creating action for the lanes. Try and get themselves a lead in the lane phase. That's been one thing that TDK has been able to do in a couple of games. While they haven't been able to close out any games, a few times they have been able to get leads in the lane phase. So that is definitely a good place to start for the sub squad.
Is it going to be a double AD? Give TDK a little bit more to think about. 2 AD carries to be firing off at here.
So the mid Varus is actually fairly decent into Azir because you can constantly poke him and just continue to shove the wave. Also against Evelyn, even though Varus does not have a dash, if you can get past the first few minutes of the game, the first couple of levels, get to your tier, then you can farm fairly safely from afar. And all he has to really worry about is all-in flash move from Azir to set it up.
Ooh, talking a little bit about carry top laners on the desk. It could be that Echo going in the hands of Seraph here for the top. He usually gets through all the time.
So there's also not really, I mean, they do have Kalista Thresh, but it's going to be hard to peel the double AD team here, Team 8, is going to have a hard time peeling an Alistar Aurelia, especially since Evelyn will constantly be looking for flanks around the side. I think the Gragas ultimates are going to be a really big part of Team 8's success or failure here.
I like that pickup on TDK's side as well, the Aurelia Echo. A little too much AP across the board for the team, so good little dash of AD damage is nice to have. And a good pickup for Seraph here, something he can go crazy on and really get in the face of Cali Trolls if that lane matches up. I wonder how Kaz is going to be playing against Porpoise here. Kaz's Evelyn is something he has in his pocket. He knows very well how to play that champion, and if he knows how to get around the wards of Team 8, it's going to be very hard to stop him from getting in the face of Porpoise. History teacher hoping for another victory for the team, a 1-6 teammate versus a 0-7 TDK. Sean from TDK, the teacher there, walking off, as well as now it's all up to the players. All the knowledge of the coaches has been passed down.
Yeah, and I like how TDK, they're going with their strengths, getting Seraph a good champion that he can have a one-on-one, try and get a lead over Rumble and teleport to the rest of the map.
Exactly. So the game's about to go live. Tweet at LOL Esports with either hashtag teammate win or hashtag TDK win to at LOL Esports, and we'll be updating those throughout the game. As we get into this one, everybody make sure you have called your fathers for Father's Day. It's just the right thing to do, and they're going to be happy you did so. They maybe let you come here, right? Yeah, absolutely. Is everybody ready for the first game? All right, let's get on the riff. Teammate versus TDK. Let's get this one going.
All right, let's see if TDK can pull out anything special here. It looks like Team 8 going for an invade already. The sub squad have a lot of supporters in the audience. See if Seraph will be okay up top, because that's the direction they're headed.
Top lane shenanigans, Kobe. What are we going to do here?
Well, we're going to try and blind hook with the Thresh. You want to get the best possible angle here. Go with the diagonal. Oh, he lands the first slow here. Cali gets both.
Two darts is too much.
The golden glue with the Varus arrow off to the side.
So flash there, up to about 6 minutes. Seraph could be hit in lane if he does not play safe with that flash down. This could be something that teammate looks towards. They've already gotten a little bit of what they want here in that invade. They're just going to back out nice and safe.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting how that affects the top lane. Since it was blown so early, it'll actually come back up really soon.
Minions have spawned.
The problem, though, will be if they do get some lane swapping issues. Looks like Seraph is going to try and get back out there in time to start a camp. Cali going to head on up through the wards, and they are spotted.
Kaz kind of human warding back up by Tribrush, making sure nobody else comes through for tricky antics.
There it is. They get the lane swap because of the ward.
Yep.
And Team 8 are able to get Nien into a lane swap so he can farm on up to the mid game as he desires.
Oh boy, this should be fun for Seraph. Getting hooked once and he can't flash away from that situation. It's going to be tough for him. Cali Trolls, he might have to stay in the jungle for a little bit longer. Rumble in a 2v1, not the greatest.
Yeah, so Seraph actually has to leave.
Like
wasted a lot of early time in the lane swap. And does get 10 gold for himself off the Ghost. But no camp, no experience at all, no money to speak of. And he's going to be left behind, too. He's trying to catch up to his jungler. So Seraph going to be fairly far behind as far as the beginning of this lane swap.
Ooh, that's definitely going to hurt, especially since on Aurelia, there's quite a bit of pressure put on his shoulders for this game as well. Still can get a carry from ManCloud in the mid lane. Good hits from Latman as well. Other variables they can look at to get a win condition out of this one, but not looking good so far with still a level 1 Aurelia. Gonna have to be power in numbers here for TDK in the beginning. This would really thwart anything they wanted to do with Kez to start things off with that Evelyn. Now they're kind of all triple jungling.
Yeah, Evelyn and Gragas both pretty good early junglers, so both teams will not have the impact of those early ganks, but it looks like TDK will get everybody down here just in case anyone from teammate tried to sneak in and do that 3-man defense to soak up extra experience. Nobody's going for it though. Everyone's doing the safe play, just taking away the opponent's red side jungle, and they will swing up to take down the turrets. TDK going to be a bit early on taking down the turret, so we'll see if that transition into the dragon as well. Because they are red side of the map, they could peel off and try and get that objective. A little bit short of the quirky equalizer there.
That's the equal. That's how it works. So they take this down. May not get a swap. Looks like they do have jungle control, or rather dragon control, I should say, with Seraph hopping back up, but it doesn't look like it's anything they want to try just yet. Still some buffs to pick up around the map before they get that down.
Yeah, especially as the turrets go down, both mid laners need to play safe. They know that the rest of the team could very well be heading mid. As of right now, ManCloud hovering off to the side is able to escape.
Hail of Arrows catches him on some speed, so he can get that piercing arrow as well to connect. So ManCloud's head out of lane, low on mana here. He's going to require some assistance. Actually, just back. He doesn't really have what he needs to stay in lane, so he decides to head back right now. Latman thought he was going to pick up 2 long swords, which goes back to that.
Yeah, Calitrols needs to get out here and shove the lane as quickly as possible because TDK, after taking the turret, were able to get it to bounce. Meanwhile, on the top side, they've decided to leave up the top turret. They just went with more jungle experience than trying to put damage into the turret. So Team 8 going to leave up all 3 turrets on the map here and try to bounce this wave off of the turret.
Don't get it, but Latman's able to pick up most of it. Seraph back to the top lane. Some teammate communicating the rest of that out. That's where in the end's going to be heading. Getting a safe lane for him in the early game is going to be good.
So,
from that.
well, what teammate are doing right here, when they keep swapping Nien over, now he's going up to the top lane again. Kali's going to have nowhere to safely reside, and he's just hovering on mid lane now, which will take away experience from Golden Glue if he sits there. Otherwise, he's going to be really extended because Latman's got the wave, sitting right in front of his turret. Pretty much Kali's going to be relegated to the jungle now. Well, better than Seraph, though.
Ooh, remember, it flashes back up. It actually just came back up for him, but he's trying to hold it as long as possible. The Ren's going to get him to slow down. Seraph's going to hold the flash, and it's going to cost him his life. That one goes down to the Ignite of Dodo.
I don't know what Seraph was looking to find in that brush, but he finds Dodo, and he pays for it with his life. So First Blood over the 2 Team 8.
Yeah.
Walks right into it, and they are happy to get that gold. After they take the turret, they will be actually in the lead a fairly significant amount. So they're already sending everybody up here. Turret down to half. It still has a couple seconds left on that champion damage reduction.
So they just walked over that pink ward. They're telegraphing this one already, so if they stay, they want it that bad. And it looks like they're actually just going to get on the left side of the turret here. Not to go too hard.
They could just...
T8's going to try to pop it down.
Turret, yeah. TDK were able to get inside for the experience. The 3-man defense. And on the bottom side, while Team 8 had committed everyone up top, and nobody went to cut off reinforcements, Latman's already got the wave all the way down at secondary turret here. And Calitroll's trying to get back in time. Looks like he will get down there to soak up most of that minion wave on the bottom side.
Remember, it still has that flash, but will not have too much time in the lane. Wards are still being placed out by TDK, which keeping Seraph safe. As that one dropped in Tri-Brush, ManCloud came out of lane just before he hit 6 to place the one behind red. So TDK is still trying to keep Team 8 out of their jungle for these advances that they're trying to make here.
Team 8's defensive line of pink wards, though, the early alert system is working out. They've seen Kez, and they caught him after the W.
Multiple times, Chain of Corruption onto Kez. That's going to lock down ManCloud. They don't have too much follow-up control here without Dodo having a death sentence. So just a bit of trade damage to come out. But Team 8 controlling the map very nicely. Like you said, that line of wards not allowing Kez back in at all if he wanted to try and counter.
Yeah, you have to be very careful as Evelyn when your team loses map control like that. When going into very dangerous positions, you have to worry about pink wards lying in stray brush. Looks like Golden Glue got himself too deep, though.
Missing that arrow is just enough for the rest of the team to want to go in. Kez close, doesn't have the ultimate. The Azir Soldier comes in, but it's actually going to be the hate spike from Kez, picking up the second kill of the game.
Really got to watch your positioning when you have no dash like that from Golden Glue on Varus. Gets himself caught out. So a couple of solo mistakes with solo laners. It was caught out.
Quite a bit used for him. There were 3 flashes there at least.
That's definitely as well. True. They did use a lot to grab that kill, but it will earn them mid lane pressure. And since they've got a Corki post level 6, the missile barrage comes in.
A lot of level 5 still walking around. Nobody's been able to match up for really an ultimate fight just yet. Good push by Seraph in the top lane. Nian has to head up and do some janitorial duty there and trim it down. So
quite happy to do so.
Absolutely. Oop. Gotcha.
10 more gold for Seraph. Joke's on you. Does stop his back, though. And since he does not have teleport, Nian should probably hard shove that wave. If he can clear it fast enough, then that stopping of the recall could deny CS to Seraph. Got to follow up that interrupted recall with a shove.
Corpus, it looks like he could get himself in a scary situation here. He does have body slam over the wall. You pop it at the right time. That actually goes over to ManCloud, able to secure his own blue as the top turret does get taken down eventually by Nian here. A little bit of global gold for the team. It's the first one of theirs.
Yep, gold pretty much equalized now because the kills were evened up.
Lanes too,
when
even
Golden
with all
Glue
that
got
running
caught,
around.
And both turrets even as well. So far, pretty even here. And this is actually pretty good here for Golden Glue and Nian. Teammate are trying. Ooh. He's going to look to make play with the ultimate there on the flashless Golden Glue. But ManCloud used his flash earlier as well to get that pick. As we said, Varus, you know, even though he does not have the dash, when you get to this point, when you already have tier, and you get some levels in your queue, the cooldown's so short, you can just continue to farm from afar, stay out of danger, and he's done just that.
I'm thinking it's also what's keeping TDK very scared about this dragon, being able to take piercing arrows from the side. A very nice equalizer could come in. So it's kind of halting that. I figure if TDK can get in for a good fight, or rather teammate, sorry, the dragon would be theirs. But I think ManCloud has to be out of the mid lane. Very slow game to start, even with our first few kills. They kind of happened, and then both teams are still playing safe.
Well, it's slowing down right now. Both teams have freezes on different sides.
Right.
The side where the turret has gone down, each team actually has the minion wave in their control at their outer turret. So it's just a matter of choosing which carry you want to put your money into. Because TDK have their outer turret on the bottom side, calling out for the pressure on Dragon. Both teleports are available. A bit higher impact from the Rumble teleport at this stage in the game because Seraph went for the Phage instead of the early Sheen for burst potential. The ultimate from Kali is going to do way more than the teleport in from Aurelia unless she can come in right on top of Varus.
Not much that TDK can do. Pushing them off with the piercing arrows. Tosses in from Nian as well, and they are quickly pushed off of this with the poke game. That man trying to do what he can from the side. It's only going to tickle.
That is pure respect for the teleport in of Kali from on Rumble up there. So they give up the first dragon, and Team 8 move into the objective lead. 6%, not going to do a whole lot at this stage in the game, though. That will come into effect later.
Interesting buy from Seraph. Actually went for the Mana Crystal coming in because he went back with a bit of odd cash. Still wanted to pick up some resources, and unfortunately could not finish an item. Haunting Guy's already coming in for Cali Trolls. Nice item to be completed, and the fact that he didn't have to teleport down for first dragon as well. Even he had more control to a fight that may be coming up soon.
Yeah, he's getting himself into a bit dangerous position though. Because he keeps shoving the lane with his Flame Spitter, you know, even if you had wards, you need pink wards to see Evelyn. So.
Right. This is that I need a ward at the red brush, and I don't have any of them. And like you said, it needs to be a pink to boot. So Kez able to help and come in to give a kill to Seraph there, who didn't have the greatest start to the game, but held in there and is doing just fine now.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's a lapse in judgment there from Cali and the rest of Team 8.
Especially since he hadn't really seen anybody at Dragon, right? Your team just got Dragon, meaning TDK is spread out across the map. This is dangerous.
If you're gonna make, you know, objective plays from Team 8's side, then you have to have deep wards on the camps to see where Evelyn is. If you have no deep wards inside the actual camps, and you only have that defensive line of pink wards up, then you can't extend past your own defenses. Your pink wards won't do much if they're behind you. And Cali does go down. Little bit of extra gold over to TDK, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, what a play.
How much do they trade back, though? These simple trades are always going in the favor of Team 8, but that last Foss Bomb really chunking down Nien and Dodo. Golden Glue in the mid lane. Blue buff here onto ManCloud's going to bring him down just to about 60 HP. That was at 44, actually. And now Kez onto Dodo. Red buff's on, but they have to focus on Nien. Not seeing any teleports coming in just yet from across the map. Shots onto Dodo. The Gatling shreds him down. Now they're onto Nien. The bot lane made a mistake as Kez came from across the map. The coast-to-coast plays here from the Evelyn. He was involved in the top lane, tries to get involved in more in the bottom. Can Dodo be the one to make a play here? Latman very low onto Mana, and that's Golden Glue with the piercing arrow. The follow-up now from way too much overpressure here from TDK, and they overstay their welcome to lose 2 of their own members.
There's a dad in the audience. All right, what a collapse, though, from Golden Glue in the mid lane. Just having shoved ManCloud back, there was no mid lane pressure because he obviously had to recall on 50 health. And the bottom lane goes really aggressive there. Even if both top laners cancel TPs, mid lane roam is still very relevant, especially if you continue to chase that long. Got to keep it in the back of your minds that you just lost mid lane pressure. So maybe the double mid lane subs, the communication not quite there with the rest of the team. And the chase from TDK extends so long that Team 8 are able to trap them on their side of the map.
ManCloud saying, man, I want more kills. I used to have the highest kills in the LCS, and I want to do that again. But the
Living in the past, man.
Fights are always over when I get there. Unfortunately, he did have to go back during that one and was hoping to work off of all those ults and maybe summoners being down in the bot lane. But Team 8 still keeping those wards up, making a tough game for ManCloud and Kez. They're going to go ahead and pick up blue here. See if ManCloud can keep that wave pushed and Golden Glue from getting the roam on too early.
Yeah, honestly, this is about you know, looking for the next spot for somebody to get picked off. It seems like with both teams just trying defensive warding strategies here. Well, there is one deep ward from Team 8 that will see the Wraith camp. So if Kez visits that area, then they'll finally know where Evelyn is. But besides that, they have to play so carefully, hiding behind their pink ward line or behind the remaining outer turrets. Should just be continued farm here as they are reluctant to group up.
Ooh, is that Smooth heading towards the mid lane? It doesn't look like he fully wants it. It looks like they were trying to pincer for just a second, but they want the vision first, so safer play. They're looking before they leap on this one, and it looks like they can't do anything.
Yeah, I think they'll just continue to farm until we get that dragon. 1 minute. Ooh. Poke like that is what Team 8 crowd wait for to get their objective.
The thing I like is he's farming as well as he's doing. He's trying to pierce through minions as well as get that extra damage.
Yep, the whole strength of Varus there. Has got his maxed arrow already. And the Brutalizer for a bit of cooldown reduction coming out.
Painful. Let's see where he's at right now. It is 378
Alistar looking to head him off, though.
And he does. Nice headbutt pulverize. Is there follow-up? Latman with a Valkyrie in. Dodo looks like he'd be going down quite quick in this one. Both Porpoise and Golden Glue know they cannot offer him any more help. Emperor's Divide. Golden Glue gets knocked back. ManCloud flashes the Chain of Corruption instantly. A beautiful equalizer. It could just take down ManCloud in the end, but it does not. And TDK is trying to reorganize as Nien comes from the bot lane just out of the river. More challenger approaching now as Seraph comes into the fight. He's onto Porpoise. He is a pretty big Aurelia now with that Triforce finish, but they cannot finalize any kills. with the strength of teammate right now in the early game. Cali Trolls pushes them back under the turret.
All that right before Dragon Spawn, so this could be Team 8. Even though Porpoise recalling here, they probably don't want to do it. Even though they have Callista and Cali could take it, they're going for the the middle turret here to try and take down, gain some more territory for themselves. Now it might be a little late because Kez is in the area. Let's see if TDK can actually get there on time. It seems like they will. They're going to stack up plenty of Ren stacks, though. No Rumble ultimate. Right. Remember, all the ultimates were blown in that last fight. So this will be a... All right, they're not even going to contest it. And teammate are able to get the turret plus the dragon.
Good choice. They could see this bottom wave, though, and know that there would be some love for CS. Latman, their spidey senses are going off down there saying, wait, dragon just went down. I better not farm this alone. Actually, it looks like the spidey sense wasn't. There's the flay. That's going to slow. Can they hit it past the minion? Hooks it to the right. Nice use of the death sentence and flay by Dodo. Secure that kill in for Nian.
Nice thresh.
You can see Latman knew, too.
Just a combo.
He's hitting himself for that one. He knew. A Rise Soldier on the turret, doing a good amount of damage for ManCloud. They're able to answer back, and they throw down the Shurima's Legacy to make sure things are safe and kind of set up base outside on the Rift.
Yeah, all in all, still extremely close in gold as TDK are able to strike back and get some for themselves in the mid lane. Just the Dragon stacking still in favor of Team 8. So see if they can actually pincer movement here, catch 4 people. Golden Glue could not join. But ManCloud not going to go and head them off. Just try and clear out their wards inside the jungle. So that 1 turret lead and 2 dragon lead for Team 8. Slowly growing the advantage.
You can see a bit of a spike with the Triforces now for TDK. Working out a little bit better, but also making the mistakes that doesn't allow them to have both of those Triforces in the fight at the same time. That's going to hurt a little bit. Teammate working off those advantages very slowly. Kills are coming one after the other. Seems like one team gets it and then another one. Very, very far between right now. 20 minutes in.
TDK, they got the pick with Alistar.
Right. You know,
killed Dodo at the very start. However, just the support kill, not enough. And teammate collapsed quicker. They consolidate, and they were able to eke out another lead.
Very
TDK,
quick
though,
skirmish fights. I'm waiting for the 5v5 still. Get the big one in here. Good push by Cali Trolls in the bot lane here. Communicating with the team every moment, letting them know he can teleport in if they have the right ward, and this is going to peel TDK off of their push.
Yeah, very defensive mindset, I believe, right now for both teams. They opt to not shove top lane, so that means that your bottom lane has to stop pressuring. You can't just pressure one lane at a time, or else your single person pressuring the one lane is going to get collapsed on.
Oh boy.
Seraph goes after him.
Wait. No, he doesn't have any wards. He would have been running into the darkness, but a Blade Surge would have gotten right off the Equalizer and into safety.
Flash as well available for Seraph, but not willing to burn it. You know, chasing into the Fog of War.
Right.
Fairly.
Well, they know how close this game is. That move, taking Seraph out, giving up that much more would be too much.
They
so
could,
see how controlled.
The defensive mindset, again, for both these teams. Remember, these are the teams, the bottom of the standings, they really need to win.
Oh! Pink ward. That's the thing that can see you. 5 hits is a long time.
Yes.
5 hits to stand still is a
So if you play a whole bunch of Evelyn, it kind of changes your mindset, and you just get really confident with early moves and feeling like you get to avoid wards. But the scattered pink wards in random brush, that'll get you every time, man. Gets caught out, trying to get that one down. And just another pick in this game.
Yep. What
for Team 8.
Like I said, so I guess it's TDK's turn now. They're to get a pick if this game continues to go the same way. Just one after the other. Looks like Righteous Glory is going to be what both supports want here to still get themselves into an engage.
I mean, there's a pretty good spike right now for TDK. Yeah. Even though they are feeling like they're losing control of the game because they keep getting picked like this, they're actually not. You know, it's almost tied up in gold. Just because they're down 2 dragons right now, that doesn't affect the team fight at all. So they can very easily take this team fight with their double Trinity Force, their Azir on Deathcap Morelos, which is one of the biggest spikes for ManCloud. This is, ManCloud's time to shine back in the LCS. See if he can stay alive. He's got blue buff to boot, so plenty of cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
And we'll see how much damage he can put out. Golden Glue gonna have his eye on the prize as well. Talk about cooldown reduction. Arrow's gonna come out constantly. See if they can land some poke. Teammate wanna land that poke before the fight starts. Pretty much their #1 goal.
Still doing good damage around the board, even with 2 of those cloth armors onto Seraph. He takes a bit, but we just saw what Seraph did to Cali Trolls. That damage is going to be reflected on Golden Glue and Nien as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be fast in these fights if Seraph can get what he wants.
Blue hits his mark there.
Oh, he's actually been very on point with these Varus Qs.
All right, so teammate, all they have to do,
Oh, the 4-man coming in, very nicely done. Teleports from both sides will enter in. Seraph and Cali Trolls. Latman's the focus. The AD carry way too far forward in that situation, and TDK is forced to hang out.
So he's an assassin, Corky here. Jumps into the back line to take down Nien, and it is a 1-for-1 trade as far as
1-for-1
AD carries go. Now, the ultimates from the solo laners there are going to be the next biggest part. Cali Trolls still holding on to that equalizer. But ManCloud has the playmaking ability on Azir. Pull off some separation.
Woo! And ManCloud, the last guy in line, gets the pie in the face on that one. That's just how it goes.
All right, let's see if they give up Dragon #3, because we're starting to get to the point in the game where the Dragon stacking really becomes worrisome.
This is going to be tough. TDK cannot stand in any sort of line. Way too many ultimates to take them down.
Coming through one of those corridors is very dangerous, not only because of the equalizer, but Golden Glue's lining them up.
They still want it. Chain of Corruption in the middle of the fight could lock it down. Golden Glue takes down Seraph immediately with the help of Nien, actually. And it is going to be teammates fight. Latman not where he wants to be. A great move by ManCloud with the Shurima slide. He gets in and actually is able to take down Golden Glue. Triple kill, however, for Nien, coming up big in the fight. Fate's call out, knocks up Kaz. He's not going to be able to do much. The quadra kill for Nien's Kalista.
Great control here from teammate, and that will be Dragon #3 for them, guaranteed.
Nicely played. Very, very aggressive fight coming out of Team 8 there. They finally got it. Both teams have just had shield up in front of them the whole time and finally broken down there by Team 8.
All right, so both AD carries return from the Death Chambers. Dodo lands a great hook onto Latman, though, getting him right into the middle, forcing his early Valk away from the equalizer, and then another flay here on the exit. ManCloud's able to get Golden Glue, right into the center, but having to flash the hook there from Dodo on the way out. Nien got to auto attack pretty freely that entire time, and this is, again, that was an early Runon's Kalista, so very high multi-target damage coming out from Nien. If you get to stick around the entire time, stack up his rend on multiple targets.
Talking about multiple targets, that's kind of TDK. Where they're falling apart in the fight is there are too many targets for them to focus. Seraph off to the side. There's a huge headbutt pulverized going to the middle of the fight, and everybody kind of wanted a priority on Golden Glue. Maybe Nien, maybe Cali.
Yeah, that's the importance of the team select here for Team 8 to get a really strong AP threat from the top lane.
Yeah.
If they're going to go with a double AD, there's just so many threats on Team 8, and they're doing a good job of spreading out here with the assistance of Gragas Thresh for peeling.
I wonder if we could get, we haven't seen all of them in the mid lane, but a percentage on these ones on the screen. Maybe we've seen 4 or 5 miss. There's another one hitting. ManCloud takes a 400 chunk of damage there. And another one. Stop standing in a group.
The never-ending quiver.
Easy. The never-ending quiver, yes. The Chain of Corruption misses, however, one of the most missed ultimates, so
yeah,
there you go.
I mean,
there's that.
Usually we, Corky Azir is a pretty good turret
You can
defense,
hold things off, yeah.
But against not only the constant barrage of arrows, but the threat of a Gragas ultimate, there's a lot of presence that Gragas does bring to tower sieging, especially if Golden Glue is on target. Getting people low, they have to worry about the knockback. All right, long-range ultimates.
Oh my
ready
word.
To fire from Team 8 here. There goes Equalizer.
Why dive in and take free damage like that? Yeah, you have the inhibitor shield, but
it was Latman.
Right.
W. That is going to earn them another turret,
yeah, they can't even look at Team 8's composition right now, and it's mainly Golden Glue. What a nice separating equalizer.
Yep.
Man Cloud have to shifting sands over that, but the team obviously could not counter-engage, and their turret goes down once again. That's the second one now that they've just watched go down.
Yeah, TDK, they have to get a flank. They have to have Evelyn out on the other side. And a flash from Alistar, he's got it ready. Smoothie just has to pull the trigger. TDK cannot afford to wait around in siege mode and try and defend versus Team 8, just constantly eating arrows from Varus. This is exactly the game plan that TDA, or Team 8 wants to play out.
Just about a minute ago, that Muramana finished up on Golden Glue, so I'm pretty sure we were still seeing that damage hit. But that is painful coming in, what he is putting out. The Youmu's is finished for him as well for any close combat. He can get himself into a good spot for that. And teammate to clean up their side of the map here. This is the first time that TDK has been off kind of home base right now. We'll see what they can make of this.
They want to get...
They have so many wards behind them.
Seraph basing here. Maybe he teleports in. Still doesn't have the home guard upgrade though, so he's gonna have to have a really good placement of a ward ahead of time. And teammate are doing a great job of cleaning their side of the map to remove all the deep wards. So even a teleport flank from Seraph is getting more and more difficult to pull off. And teammate setting themselves up once again for another siege situation. There is one secondary turret left on the bottom side that you can head to.
That's going to be scary to guard, not going to lie. You know somebody's going to pinch your pincer from the other side around if they head down there. Right now, teammate, however, is gaining all the control over this Baron to do just what they did at the Dragons. Keep poking and keep piercing onto TDK. They have so many things to be scared about coming at them, falling from the sky on the equalizer, that they can't stand still in these fights. They never have the positioning they want on the side of TDK. They're always dancing around skill shots.
Yep. There's a lot for TDK to dodge, and it's really hard to dodge arrows while there's an equalizer being laid down in the middle of the lane, and Grog's ultimate is going to knock you aside. So, see what they can do against the Arsenal. Teammate have brought through the rift. Going to have to be a flash Alistar initiation.
Yeah.
If Smoothie's not going to be the point man, then Kez is going to have to set him up.
Right.
Slow the team down. Try
they have to get in.
Allow that play.
The wards are going to make it difficult. They haven't had any real side coverage in the jungle yet for them to get in there.
Yeah, we talked about the mentality of Evelyn players. The first couple times you get caught out by pink wards in random brush makes you a lot more hesitant to go for these flanks because you're nervous about where else pink wards could be. And if you go for a flank as Evelyn, and they do have the pink ward lying in wait, then you just get turned on.
And it's a scary catch too. It's a death sentence or a fate's call and a Gragas barrel if they need it. So you're definitely not getting out unless you flash in the perfect direction. TDK kind of playing a half-court rule right now. They don't really have too much vision across the river, so unless they are 5 members or 4, they're not going to be going too far. Dragon is alive once again. Teammate looking for number 4 here, then able to go consecutively now with all of these, so they're just getting more and more powerful as TDK is forced to watch.
It's so difficult for TDK because the threats are all spreading out from Team 8 as well. Dragon number 4 down, the timer's set here, and Team 8, all they have to do is keep up their control of the map. They've got plenty of defensive vision that TDK are trying to take down, but while they're taking that down, shoving straight up mid lane here and cutting them off. Gonna have to wait for Kali to return from base though. All that TDK or Team 8 need to do now is some side wave control. If they get that bottom lane shoving in their favor as well, then they'll have top and bottom in perfect position to clear out vision and start that Baron bait. They don't have to ever start Baron, by the way. Team 8 never needs to make a Baron call in this game. They don't need it to end the game. They can easily just wait on 5th Dragon and then return to their siege. The siege is so strong with this team comp. They never have to risk a Baron attempt.
They don't even have to risk going for their own buffs right now. They control everything they need. It's not even an attempt for TDK to try and get back in that sense. And Golden Glue, as we see him pick up blue, actually just went back to pick up the Vampiric Scepter, so he has a bit more sustain in these fights, as we just saw Cali Trolls as well get a quick Flame Spitter on that bot lane and push it out.
Yeah, that's actually going to be the main thing that I do look for from Team 8 now, is the shot calling, because so far they've executed on their team that they've decided to pick really well. If they continue on that track, then we will just see ward coverage around Baron.
Yeah.
The one way that they could lose this game is grouping up Golden Glue next to Nian for a double knockup.
Righteous Glory into the headbutt pulverizes. You called it. They're just going to throw it right back into Smoothie's Unbreakable Will. Here comes Cali Trolls, almost overheating from the other side. Where's he laid down the equalizer? Focus on Dekez a bit. Focus now on the Latman. He goes down. That was a 4v1 once they figured out the target that they wanted, and that's what TDK needs to be doing. They were still attacking multiple targets. ManCloud takes the shifting sand.
Took a wrong turn.
I don't think he wanted to do that one. Wrong turn at Albuquerque.
That was rough. All right, so he almost got the initiation there. That was the type of play from Smoothie, but his double knockup landed on the Thresh and Varus rather than getting lucky and having the double 80 carry setting next to each other. And Nian right now, 7-1-6 on this Kalista. If you're not able to lock him down, then just a modicum of peel is all that he needs.
Yep.
And teammate are able to peel for him, turn around that initiation, and take the Baron for themselves.
Let's see this one more time. Righteous Glory flash hit. Right?
So he got
teleport right on it.
Right, they're looking for that opening, and that was the flash move from Alistar, but the follow-up wasn't quite in position.
That Chain of Corruption actually was really nice.
Yeah.
See how many people it hit during the fight.
Thresh, Varus, Peel doing a lot of work there. Porpoise on the front lines as well.
So, very nicely played by Team 8 here. It seems like as the team gets a little bit more time to roam free with the power they have in their composition, if Nien's not focused, he can do a lot more, right? If Golden Glue or would-be Slushing the mid lane can kind of become a bigger factor to where Nian is kind of in his shadow throughout the game. I think that's the way that Team 8 could really play it, because Nian, he does come out with good positioning in these team fights.
Well, he's got a QSS now as well, so even if he does get stunned by Aurelia, he can QSS it. So the super scary thing for most AD carries, would be that Aurelia Frozen Heart plus Trinity Force already completed, but he'll be able to hop away.
Get it. Get it. Yeah.
All right, so you thought this Siege squad from Team 8 was scary before. Now they've got Baron buff.
Oh, this is the first time. This is the first time teammates trying to go in on their own engage here. They lose Dodo right away. Porpoise is in a bad spot. TDK has the positioning they want, and now they can focus out Team 8 one by one. Exactly what they were waiting for. Team 8 got a little antsy there.
All right, let's see what they can do with it. They have mid lane control. They're going to try and shove up and get a turret for themselves. Empowered recalls mean that they will be able to get back to defend the inhibitor turret, but this secondary one looks like TDK going to try and power it down.
Even with the nicest engages from TDK, we saw the flash pulverize from Smoothie. That was great, but it was disengaged from Team 8 there. The one before that, where it was in the Dragon Brush, where Smoothie again dove into headbutt. That was won by Team 8. Team 8 goes in for the first fight, and everything falls apart.
This one was saved by the, there was no hesitation from either ManCloud or Smoothie. As soon as Smoothie lands this knockup, ManCloud goes in. He's like, you got two? All right, we're going to take him all the way back up to the Dragon Pit. And he's able to get off to the other side as well. Alistar Ultimate allows Smoothie as well to tank Nian for pretty much the duration of the fight.
Yeah.
They return to the Siege, though. They still have Baron buff on 3 members, and all you need is one of those to empower the creep wave. So a small speed bump for Team 8.
Yep.
They return to the game plan, take another turret, and Dragon 30 seconds away. All they have to do is load up wards in the blue side jungle leading to Dragon, and that forces TDK into the very, very scary prospect of walking that route up to the Dragon Pit to try and contest number 5. Maybe they just even turtle up and huddle inside the base here. Looks like Kez is going to go for a hero play on Evelyn, though. He's out, and he's looking for the flank.
Got a duck and cover. It's the safest thing. See, almost gets it. Trying to do the no-look piercing arrow. See what the summoner spells look like on both sides. Flash is down, just about to come up for Dodo from that last fight.
Ooh.
Other side as well. Smoothie goes in this time. Teammates able to kind of assess the fight from the backside, but they're losing members everywhere. ManCloud had the perfect amount of soldiers up and moved them into the exact position he needed to. A triple kill for him. Porpoise trying to do what he can to hold off Latman in the bottom here, but he goes down to Seraph. It's going to be a full house. Aurelia's over his ears.
Let's get a replay of that fight because TDK even came through that pathway. ManCloud was standing on a small patch of ground that wasn't burning. He was
just in the middle.
Don't touch the floor, it's lava. ManCloud played it when he was a kid, and it paid off here. Azir able to survive the entire fight, auto-attacking the entire time, and that's the damage of the late game Azir. He was able to stay alive, and they take the fight. Now they can retreat and try and grab the dragon as well. Inhibitor down. They remove the threat of the 5th dragon if they can get there and burn it down.
Yeah, they
got it already. They already did that.
Kobe, what happened here? How did his teammate fall behind the car now?
Because the equalizer should hit Latman and ManCloud.
That's a good choke.
But they both got off it. ManCloud standing on that small patch. Again, 3-man knock up there from Smoothie, and ManCloud got off plenty of auto attacks. They take down Nien at the start of the fight. All those kills focused on Nien, and they take him out so early. ManCloud surviving there with 10 HP, gets the extra health from Dangerous Game. They clean up the fight while taking the dragon.
He knows what he says, not even close. It happened in lane 2. It's calculated, right?
All right. So the house all comes crumbling down for Team 8.
Quickly. A very interesting turn of events here, thinking that TDK's kind of Triforce spike and a little bit of ManCloud's Azir wasn't really going to pay off, but that's still scaling quite hard in the game. He's got a Zanya's as well to be a nuisance after that.
This is huge for TDK. This could be their first win of the entire split. The sub-squad finally...
Hey, Seraph said, man, with a day of practice,
we can improve much.
We can improve.
It took them all split long to commit to 1 day of practice with the subs.
Got him. Seems to be paying off. Definitely in communication, a little more camaraderie to these team fights, and all of TDK. I said, you know, as Jat said, Dignitas goes in on all-in-one call. Maybe for TDK, that's what they need, and that's what they're doing. Smoothie's going in on the headbutt, and everybody's just grabbing the horns and following through. Yeah,
I mean, they waited around so long in the early game, and they took poke, and they conceded a lot of objectives because of it. But Smoothie has, since then, just had enough. Smoothie's like, you know what, I'm done with this. Every chance he gets, Smoothie goes in for a combo.
Mad cow mode.
And the rest of the team right behind him. So no hesitation from TDK following up on Smoothie's initiation. See if they can continue to pull that off, because they've been able to claw themselves back within striking distance here.
Yeah, you could say that again. 65,000 to 63.5 right now. That means it's anybody's game, and Baron just about to be back on the table. This one is getting intense here. 14 to 15, and we're 40 minutes in. Both teams now separate blue buff on the side of Team 8, and they are ready to fight. Teleport up for Seraph on the bottom side of the map, and they're staying a little farther back now. Not a lot of these piercing arrows are connecting, which would not allow TDK to guard their turrets. Staying very safe now for these fights, so they can still participate.
They're learning, they're dodging.
Now they're getting the poke damage in. Oops. Of course he had to walk too close.
Man, I just have to say once again, though, ManCloud has been outstanding for TDK in the later stages of the game. 616 on Azir. There's the flank. They get the slow, but Thresh box up. Smoothie again.
Latman again going for the assassination. Valkyrie over the wall. The equalizer's not going to hit much on the back line. TDK's already moved off of it. Cali Trolls coming in slow, and this could be Nien following up. That one's going to go to Cali Trolls. He takes down Kaz. Smoothie's now on the floor, but Dodo drops as a retribution kill for the team, but they're still finding members of TDK. A double kill for Cali Trolls, and he scrap shielded all the way up from the bottom side on that one.
Ooh, Team 8 come out 1 kill up. However, minions inside the base, they just have to go into damage control mode. Try and clean up some extra gold here. The one thing about having the inhibitor down is that the minion wave will always be there for you to clean up. All right, so that was a good arrow from Golden Glue, actually. Stop home guards from Seraph on that teleport. But Smoothie, once again, he got a 3-man knockup this time to set it up.
He's been nailing them.
And they take down Gragas at the very, very beginning. This looks like the horror story
Yeah.
for anyone playing against a Kalista.
Nice.
But Smoothie's able to stop that chain from Kalista, knocks him up, stops the bleeding, and they're only going to lose 3 members off of it. Teammate going to start the Baron, though, stacking up that Rend. Kez really far away as well.
This puts a lot on the board as well, Kobe. Just after this Baron fight, no matter what happens, there's a dragon in 1 minute.
They dodged
That's
it.
Aspect, also something that needs to be stopped. Like you said, Chain of Corruption's now down. They missed it. Baron gets rended out by Nian. They're going for Latman. He almost takes down Cali. Seraph doing a bit of work in the back, but he can't get the finalizing shots onto Cali Trolls and gets taken down by Golden Glue. It looks like TDK is going to back off, but 70 seconds on Seraph and a Dragon in 40.
Woo. What a bold call there from Teammate to rush down the Baron, and it pays off huge for them. Empowered Recall is going to get them back in time to clean up the base as well. So they can soak up a lot more gold. Dragon number 5 will be back on the table in 30 seconds, though. So the action continues.
See where, if he has used it yet. It's like those are just Baroned up minions that left on Nian. But Banner of Command has been set up. It could be tough for TDK to take it out in their base, but that's not where they are right now.
This is their only play that they have available to them, is a surprise 100% to 0, killing someone face checking.
This is without Seraph.
Seraph's death timer is so long right now, he will not be able to join this, plus no teleport. Their only play would be to burst somebody down, but they're going to try and burst down the Dragon. 7,000 health, dropping quickly.
It's going down.
And they sneak it away. Another 5th Dragon avoided. Woo.
Wow, Kobe.
Team Dragon Knights.
Banner of Command has been used on the bot lane. That's pretty much all on Seraph, and a few hits from Latman getting in. If they can take that baby down, it's going to be tough once it approaches the inhibitor turrets. Teammate looking at the destruction that was their Aspect of the Dragon now, hoping to clean up a little bit. They're kind of at a loss for words. You can see him only roaming as 5. It's not even Cali Trolls with teleport up trying to push a lane. Everybody's together here.
Yeah, all right. Let's see if TDK can continue to control the battle lines of the fight and allow ManCloud to get that Azir DPS off. Smoothie has been spectacular controlling the front line. Baroned up, Banner of Commanded cannon minions coming to town, though. They've got 3 stacked cannon minions on a triple wave here for Team 8. This is the siege of all sieges. Kez looking for the flank on the side. See if he can get it. Smoothie's the point man, though. He's got flash again on Alistar.
Kez, this could be one of the flanks they need. The pink words aren't there. It may be alerted, however, by Porpoise. He did start to kind of wander.
The cannons?
Ooh.
Oh, the cannon's doing work.
Cannon and that piercing arrow. Another one onto Latman as he just takes more shots in the face as well.
The turret. That's
the Bander commander here and the minion just crushing these waves down. And the turret as well.
They backed off onto Kez.
Oh, Kez, a little too far out. He gets taken down. This does not spell good things for TDK. They lose the jungler. And it looks like this turret may be going down quite soon as well with the minions just on their heels.
Yep, that's got to be it. Teammate going to get inside the base finally.
19 to 17 here. Like I said, very back and forth in the bloodbath. Somehow Teammate find their way back into the base of TDK. They've lost Seraph in that instance. Then they lost Kez. But while grabbing the Dragon, they weren't able to control the waves that now crash into their base and make it even harder.
Yep, 30 seconds still on to Kez. Oh, there's a hook!
Oh boy, that's the cleanse coming out. Mikhail's actually from Smoothie. Very nicely done there. He got that built up right quick.
That should be the base here for Teammate.
Yeah.
Minion waves successfully pushed all the way to inhibitors. Double inhibitors down. Now.
Man.
They once again have
back the other
full
way.
Control of the map. No neutral objectives, though, for them to draw TDK out. So TDK, they can lick their wounds, soak up gold from double minion waves, and wait for the next team fight. If they pull off another surprise play, if Smoothie can get off a flash combo with Alistar once again before the poke lands, there still is a possibility there for TDK to win the team fight and just run all the way down mid lane. At this point, 47 minutes in, almost 48. If they can win a team fight, ace. The inhibitor turret down mid lane's already gone, so they could rush straight for the victory.
They'd have the damage when they got there with 2 Triforces as soon as they start hitting turrets, especially with an Azir too. Those things are gonna pop. See, Teammate getting everything they can here. We're approaching 50 minutes on the clock in this game. TDK was able to pull themselves out of a defeat and put themselves right back in this game. Now at a 5,000 gold deficit after losing quite a bit inside the base. They are struggling here, but still holding their breath. They're ready. Waiting for that Mikhails to come back up. Almost necessary for these fights.
Yeah, Seraph is doing his best to try and get a lead on the minion wave control. He's trying to kill as many of these super minions on the bottom side as possible before teammate get to their base, just to buy themselves some time. Teleport is ready. He does have home guards, and he's got a full Aurelia build. So he's going to have his sights set on that back line to take out one of the 80 carries. Ooh. It all comes down to this.
Seraph just picking up the Thornmail as well. Could definitely play a big role if he gets onto one of those 80 carries. Teleport coming in. That's just going to be over by the Raptor camp. He comes flying in. Agony's Embrace goes down. He's onto Golden Glue, but he's getting popped around and he can't do too much. Smoothie goes in with the Unbreakable Will on. ManCloud trying to do what he can. Does take down Kalex, throws in the back line. Shurima's Legacy is helping them keep control here. That's Azir's turret, but they are still low after this fight. Eagle Eye shot coming in from Golden Glue. Drops the man that they need to defend these turrets right now. And it looks like they're going to be able to push forward. The minion wave not too big, but they'll able to get some damage down.
With ManCloud down, that should be it. Team 8 now going to press in 2 lines of super minions on the bottom side of the map coming into the base.
Well, why don't they go there? Go to the bottom side. You have 50 and 40 seconds, and they're still trying to push this one down. They want all the base. They're leaving nothing standing on the side of TDK, I guess. An interesting way to do it, but they are going to be thorough about this one. It's been 50 minutes. Why not take a few more?
All right. Team 8 at the Nexus turrets.
Longest game of the summer split between these two to start off here. Day 2. Kez gonna get picked up. He goes down. That is going to be just about all she wrote for this one. 22 seconds on the clock for that aspect of the Dragon that Team 8 was trying to get oh so much all game long, but it's not even necessary. They finalized the ace against TDK in the base. 50 minutes in, 24-19 in a bloodbath. Team 8 take down TDK.
And TDK come the closest that they have been to snagging a victory.
Woo, indeed.
Away from Team 8.
A draining game for the players, you could say. A lot of emotions throughout that entire match. And handshakes all around. Good play by both teams to have a moment where they were on their heels, completely able to kind of crawl out of that hole as well and still make things happen on the map. That's always a difficult part to be in, especially with subs on the team, and especially when things haven't been going so well in the first place.
And there with his best game of the LCS yet as well.
Kicking some ass.
Full offense build on Callista. Double lifesteal.
I like quadra
Scimitar.
Quadra kill early helped a little bit. I like the fact that TDK, or Team 8 rather, kept in mind they had that poke composition. That's the way they played it. They didn't try to go crazy and start diving too much. The one time they did at Dragon was the time they started giving the game back to TDK. Most and the majority of the fights coming out of this that Team 8 were able to win was off of disengaging a Smoothie Headbutt Pulverize.
Smoothie